In a small town like Elizabethtown, any glimmer of diversity is interesting. When a diverse individual is exceptionally friendly and well-rounded, even by small town standards, that person is celebrated. Mo Moghadamian, or Mr. Mo for short, falls into this category of extraordinary people. Mo immigrated from Tehran, Iran, to Kentucky in the early 1960s and has since made Elizabethtown his home. Mo went through a disorienting period of transitioning to a new country, language, and culture in order to achieve the life he has today.
Staying in Iran wasn't really realistic or feasible because of the limited number of universities and the large number of people who wanted to enter universities.
Mo came to the U.S. to further his education without knowing a word of English.
So I was really disoriented. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't even know. I was asking myself, what am I doing here?
With the Iranian embassy closed the weekend Mr. Mo arrived, he had to rely on the only English word he knew for food.
So the only thing I lived on for 2 or 3 days was pistachio nuts.
Mo moved from Washington, D.C., where he was enrolled in a language school, to Murray State University in Murray, Kentucky, to study with fellow Iranian immigrants.
So I decided to stay there because, because of the small town atmosphere and also the friendliness of people. It was really unusual to encounter people say hello to you, even if they didn't know you, and I was really surprised.
While studying at Murray State, Mo found his potential for math and science.
I was very successful in math, but the others I struggled quite a bit.
Mo left Murray State not only with an education, but with his wife Suzette, who initially helped him grow more accustomed to Kentucky life.
So essentially my family kind of took him in and just kind of taught him how to be an American.
When a job opportunity to teach arose at Elizabethtown High School, Mr. Mo took a chance and ended up teaching full-time at the school for 28 years. Jo Bailey and her husband Preston, both teachers at the high school, would end up becoming some of Mr. Mo's closest friends.
He was hired in the fall. I think we got in the high school building that we are now, and for math and physics.
They thought I was mean at first. Actually, it was not a meanness, it was being strict.
While he had a vast knowledge of the material, Mo's straightforward and serious ways of teaching were not initially well received by his students.
Over time, I think, once they learned what I was all about, I think they accepted me quite a bit. I mean, I think I saw the respect. I think I had to earn the respect, knowing that what I was doing for their good.
John Parsons, current head coach of the boys soccer team at Elizabethtown High School, had Mr. Mo as a teacher and a coach.
The older I got, the more I got to know him. I consider him a real father figure for me.
Over the time of nearly 3 decades, Mo would end up changing the lives of thousands of students through his teaching and coaching, and forging lifelong relationships with his coworkers and others in his community.
He just does everything excellently, whether it was teaching physics or math, or coaching soccer, or the swim team, or refinishing furniture, or carving ducks, or doing stained glass. Just excellent.
His excellence in teaching and coaching is mirrored by his artistic abilities.
Just everything that he does, it's all or nothing.
In 1980, the Iranian government held U.S. students hostage, which inadvertently shed negative light on the Mo's simply due to Mr. Mo's nationality.
That was when the hostages were taken by the university students. I felt a little tension. I don't remember anybody saying anything to me.
He kind of puts it in the back of his mind because he doesn't want to focus on it or anything. But I've seen it, especially he mentioned, I think, the hostage situation when we first moved to E-Town at that time. And we got some phone calls, or I got them. Actually, I was the person who always answered the phone. So I got some phone calls that were not too nice at that time, but I just attributed it to people who didn't know him, didn't know us, didn't know our situation.
But just a feeling was there.
Ron was really the bad guy at the time, and in my opinion they were too, you know, but that had nothing to do with him.
The crisis did affect Mo in a personal way, however.
And then his daddy was in the hospital here, and then he went home, and I think he'd been home at least 6 months, and he passed away. Of course, we were at odds. America was at odds with Iran then, And I don't even think Mo knew his dad was dead for maybe 6 months to a year.
Mo survived a brief period of tension by continuing to give back to his community.
But, you know, he proved himself working with kids and coaching swimming and working with the baseball team and the soccer team and teaching and being in the community. I mean, heck, he's just part of, he's an Etonian, I guess is what you'd say.
I think the people in E-Town are really open-minded.
Mo's legacy will be carried on through his lifelong friends that he had made over so many years at E-Town.
You know, you can't really have too many friends, but the friends that I've got, I think I can depend on them no matter what.
And he has given so much. Yeah, so much.
He's just a great guy, and I couldn't be prouder to have known him.
Doug Barnes, current dean of students at EHS, had Mr. Mo as a teacher and later became his co-worker.
He's somebody that I categorize as a complete giver. Never expects anything. He just wants to know what he can do for somebody else.
With such talents, abilities, and experiences, Mr. Mo is an extraordinary man who continues to uphold complete modesty.
So yes, I can't complain, and you can't ask for much more.
He's a fine man. Fine man. And I'm better for knowing him.
For Panther Productions, I'm Tyler Larkin.